Hi, thank you for being here at Kim Reads Urantia. Okay, so we're going to get to the Urantia book. First, a short quote from uh, Light the Flame, Andrew Harvey. Okay, and this is from Teilhard de Chardin. That's hard to say. Teilhard de Chardin, who was a French priest who died in 1955, I believe. And he was interesting because he was a priest, a Catholic priest, right? But he was also an archaeologist, paleontologist, and he was an advocate of Darwinian theory, as well as being he was an evolutionist as well as being a Catholic priest. So that's that's saying something positive about the dovetailing of science and religion, which I'm a big fan of that bridging science and religion, because they don't need to be at odds with each other. I've always felt so. Okay. Lord, enfold me in the depths of your heart, and there hold me, refine, purge, and set me on fire. Set me on fire. Raise me aloft until my own self knows utter annihilation. Wow. Okay, that's powerful stuff. That's like, okay, you're like praying for your own destruction, okay? On the surface, it feels like that. You're praying for, myself knows utter annihilation. So set me on fire. Okay. But remember, the self itself is a gift from God that can't be destroyed. What we want to destroy is our ego identification, our egoic identification with our own needs as apart from the needs of the whole. So what we're praying for is that isn't really annihilation of self, but an annihilation of selfishness. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and this is a really fine point. This is a really fine point, and it's hard to see, okay, where this line is here, because you can give too much of yourself, right? You can, so that you become like dominated or something. That's not what we're looking for. And that takes some discernment to suss that out here. We want to purge myself of my own self-interest, my own selfish desires. Set me on fire and raise me aloft until my own self knows utter annihilation. So put my ego out to pasture. Okay? I need to be done with that. I need to identify with the survival, not just of myself, but of the entire human race, the entire planet. Right? Okay. Okay. Interesting. I think misinterpretation of that message is causing currently a lot of stress. There's a lot of New Age religions, modern philosophies, which will advocate for the total dissolution of self, to be part of this oneness, like a drop of water is one with the ocean or something like that. And that's not what we're looking for. I don't believe. That's not what I'm looking for. Or it's like I always want to be me, right? I don't want to be mixed up and just, with everything else. So I cannot discern myself. Okay. Anyway, that's something I've been thinking a lot about these last couple months. Just, Okay. All right. Let's look at here. We're still on paper 193, Final Appearances and Ascension. Part 5, The Master's Ascension. So here's where he goes back to the Father, and his entire career on earth is at a close. So this is kind of sad for me, but that's okay. Triumphantly, he returns to the Father, and he's always with us. It was almost 7:30 this Thursday morning, May 18th, when Jesus arrived on the western slope of Mount Olivet with his 11 silent and somewhat bewildered apostles. From this location, about 2/3 the way up the mountain, they could look out over Jerusalem and down upon Gethsemane. Jesus now prepared to say his last farewell to the apostles before he took leave of Urantia. As he stood there before them, without being directed, they knelt about him in a circle, and the Master said, "I bade you tarry in Jerusalem until you were endowed with power from on high." Okay, here again, we're referencing that the Spirit of Truth is coming from on high, which indicates Urantia Ppr, that level, the constellation level of Jesus's creation. So there must be some potency there that resides there that will be unleashed at his command and brought to us from there. That must be where the Spirit of Truth comes from. So then that would indicate that each constellation level likely has its own Spirit of Truth, which is a really interesting idea. Okay, and here I thought that the Spirit of Truth was something higher, generated from the eternal Son or something like that recently. Okay, so this is at the constellation level, released at the command of Michael and poured out on the flesh here within this constellation. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. And I'm wondering at the same time, probably since this is his, now he's ascending upon this point, he's probably triggering the release of the other. There must be other spirits of truth on other, kept by other constellation fathers. Okay? Okay. It's all managed. It's all in just beautiful orchestration here. We receive when we're ready to receive. Okay. I am now about to take leave of you. I am about to ascend to my Father, and soon, very soon, will we send into this world of my sojourn the Spirit of truth. And when he has come, you shall begin the new proclamation of the gospel of the kingdom, first in Jerusalem, and then to the uttermost parts of the world. Love men with the love wherewith I have loved you, and serve your fellow mortals, even as I have served you. By the Spirit fruits of your lives impel souls to believe the truth that man is a son of God and a daughter. Women are daughters of God. Okay, ladies? Yes. And that all men are brethren and sisters. Women are sisters. Remember all that I have taught you and the life I have lived among you. My love overshadows you. My spirit will dwell with you, and my peace shall abide upon you. Farewell. When the Urantia master had thus spoken, he vanished from their sight. This so-called ascension of Jesus was in no way different from his other disappearances from mortal vision during the 40 days of his Urantia career on Urantia. The master went to Urantia by way of Jerusalem, where the Most Highs, under the observation of the Paradise Sun, there you go, released Jesus of Nazareth from the Urantia state, and through the spirit channels of ascension, returned him to the status of paradise sonship and supreme sovereignty on Salvington. Okay. So that's just the path through which he ascended. Because he was incarnated here, it should be through this our constellation, Norlashajek, through which he should ascend. It was about 7:45 this morning when the Urantia Jesus disappeared from the observation of his 11 apostles to begin the ascent to the right hand of his Father, there to receive formal confirmation of his completed sovereignty in the universe of Nebadon. Okay, there you have it. He has ascended. He is our creator, our brother, and our king. Okay, folks. That's it. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you again soon. Bye.